What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Plantspace. I'm your host, Ramon Garcia, and today we're talking about how you don't have as much time as you think you do. One of my biggest pet peeves has always been when people are like, relax, slow down. You have way more time than you think. You have all the time in the world. I feel like that's so not true, and I've always felt that way when I was younger, and now that I'm older, I agree. You don't have a lot of time, and time is not something that you should be like fucking around with, because I am turning 30 not now but relatively soon. It's my birth month, so I'm just like reflecting a lot, and one of the things that I can't ignore is how fast time has flown by. I'm literally getting so fucking old. It's crazy. And I'm definitely not at a place where I thought I would be. There's a lot of things that make sense, but I'm not at all where I thought I would be at this age. And I do see a lot of things I could have done differently that could have changed that outcome. There's nothing that I like regret, and I've had a great life. I'm satisfied. I definitely can't ignore seeing the things that are there, but I'm not like, oh my god, fuck my life, I want to kill myself, I've never done anything. That's not like where I'm at necessarily. But I do feel the weight of, damn, if I would have played my cards differently, I would have been somewhere else. And I'm using that as motivation to keep pushing forward, because girl, I am not going to repeat another decade of bullshit ass habits that are going to keep me not in the same place, because I'm not in the same place, but that are not going to propel me as far as I want to go. And one of the things that I wish I wouldn't have tried out was taking time and like relaxing. A lot of it had to do with like relationships too. Like, I think being in relationships are very time consuming, and it is an investment, and it's definitely a sacrifice to an extent, and I was aware of that when I was younger, but I just didn't see how significant of a sacrifice that was. I don't mind, again, I don't regret it, don't regret any of it, but moving forward, it's something that I take into consideration, because I will be damned if I'm gonna sacrifice another, what, like quarter of my life for some like bullshit ass romance. No, I'm okay. I gotta lock in, I gotta stay locked in. And you gotta lock in. Everything differs depending on the age too. I think it's important to acknowledge that although you don't have a lot of time, it's still important to go through the motions of life and to experience things in a setting and time that is appropriate. For example, if you're 20, girl, do whatever the fuck you want. If you're gonna get that loan, get that loan. If you're gonna get that car, get that car. If you're gonna move and do this and this, that, and the third, just do it. You're so young. Whatever mistakes you're gonna make at that age, you have so much time to fix. And I don't regret any of it. I made a lot of bad financial decisions. I got cars, I've traveled, I have done so much that was very expensive, and I was struggling for a while, I'm not gonna lie. I was down bad, but it wasn't anything that I couldn't just get myself out of. A lot of it also comes down to working hard and being mindful and intentional. I'm not just gonna put myself in debt. I mean, a lot of people put themselves in debt and they just accept that they're poor and that's it. That's the life that they were given. I can't not acknowledge reality for what it is. Sure, I was broke, but also I did that to myself, so I can't like cry about it. I just gotta hustle and get myself out of that situation and be more intentional. It's also a cycle, because you get yourself out of that hole and then you work really hard, and then if you're anything like me, you get yourself into a hole, but now it's like increased. Like back then it was like $1,000 and oh my god, I'm struggling. Right now it's like 5,000 and then I'm struggling, but it doesn't change that feeling of struggle. It's just, it's not good. It's not an ideal setting, but I just say that because time is not a luxury. You can die tomorrow, and that's something that you just have to be okay with. And I reflect on that all the time. Something that constantly gets me up to go to the gym, to go out, to experience something, to not just lay at home. And I struggle with it. I'm not saying I'm the perfect example of experiencing life in its entirety. But when I find that I'm in a cycle, I will remind myself that I can die tomorrow. Tomorrow could be my last day on earth, and depending on my mindset, it can go either way. I could be like, well, I could die tomorrow. I'm just going to play some Fortnite. Fuck it. Who cares? It's not that deep anyway. But then the whole like time thing comes into play, because sure, that's cool like every now and then, but if you're doing that like day after day after day after day after day after day, you're probably not gonna die tomorrow. So like get up and do something, otherwise what the fuck, you're just a loser, and that's fine. That's kind of how I fall into the mindset of like, you have all the time in the world. I'm like, well, if I have all the time in the world, then what is it if I just like play some Fortnite right now and try again tomorrow? But I don't have all the time in the world. I could die tomorrow and I would have never experienced the things that I want to experience. I would have never lived the life that I want to. That also doesn't mean not like enjoying the life that you're given and where you are, like romanticizing your life. But that's a whole separate video. This is just about, you don't have all the time in the world, because you really don't. You don't. I don't understand. And it'll be the ones with kids and degrees and whole life experiences that'll tell you, oh, you have so much time. What do you mean? You didn't have so much time. You used that time and you hustled and you, I don't know. It's just weird to me, because it felt calming when it would be people that were more successful that are like, relax, just chill. Maybe because I was younger then, but even now, I don't know if I would tell someone that's 18 like, oh mama, you have all the time though. You have so much time. Like, I would say something like, you literally have so much time to try again or to scrap things. Like, I wouldn't stress out, because at any time you can be like, this isn't working, let's swap it out. But to say like, you have all the time, relax, just chill. It's not like, it's not worth stressing over. Like, yes, it's not worth stressing over to the point that your hair's falling out, but girl, no, you don't have all the time in the world. You gotta lock in. Like, people are doing this tomorrow. AI can take over in a month, and then what? You just never got to do the thing? Yeah, I can't. I'm personally not down. Again, doesn't mean I'm the perfect example for this, but I'm just not down. That's not something that I want to be trapped in. I think it's important to have a balance for sure. I wouldn't say, oh, there's no time, you gotta lock in and just work every single day and just hustle, hustle, hustle. If that's your vibe, if that's your thing, that's what you want to do, by all means. But I interpret it more as like, you don't have all the time in the world, you gotta lock in, but also like experience life and enjoy it and go out and put your phone down and take a breath and dance. And you know, like, to me it's much more deep than get to work. Like, yes, hustle and chase that bag and go after that dream, but also experience life, travel, meet some people. It's not an easy balance for sure. That's why I don't want kids, because then you add that to the mix, and that's such a time-consuming commitment that is forever. So why the fuck would I do that to myself? Absolutely not. I can't. I'm still trying to balance having a social life, grinding, mental health. Like, I'm good. I'm satisfied. I don't have all the time in the world. So maybe, no, I just don't. I'm good. I'm A-okay. And anything can happen. At any moment, you could get sick. At any moment, if you are in a point where people around you are healthy, your family is okay, you have to take advantage of that, because the reality is people get older, people get ill. You don't have to, but if you have a big family, I would assume you're probably going to have some sort of responsibility into the future. These are things that I didn't really think of when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, yeah, if my parents were to get sick, I guess I would stop what I'm doing and like, not stop what I'm doing, but I guess I would shift my lifestyle to cater to, I mean, I've already had a conversation with them. They got to move in with me. I will take care of them, but there's certain sacrifices that have to be made on both parties, and I get it. Old people are old, but we've talked about this many times. Again, actually, that is the point of that is the point of the video. You do not have all the time in the world, so it's important to talk about these things. I've talked to my parents about life insurance. I've talked about the plan in the event of something was to happen, unfortunately, like what that would look like. it's things that nobody wants to talk about. I obviously don't want to talk about either, but they are not inevitable because it doesn't mean it's going to happen like anytime soon. Like, God, never. But will one day something happen? Yeah. And I have to be ready for that and work not with that in mind, but knowing that these things are a possibility. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Or maybe you do have all the time in the world and I'm just an overthinker that stresses out super easily and like to have like a big game plan at all times. But that's just me. I don't know. I feel like it's not that easy. Because then what? It takes 10 years to accomplish something? I don't know. Like, the people that I know that have accomplished a lot are not sitting back, like, telling themselves, oh, I have all the time in the world. No, they're locked in. They're locked in, literally grinding. So why would I then regurgitate some philosophical bullshit because he said, she said? Doesn't make... And mind you, I don't even believe that. So why would I then repeat that? And as somebody that's a little older from experience, it's just not true. You have so much more time than you think. Actually, no, that's not what I meant. You don't have as much... both things are true. You do have way more time than you think you do, but you don't have as much time as they say you do. Super confusing, but it's the truth. It's not coming tomorrow, but also it's not like forever down the line. It'll come fast. I think about how old I am now and I'm like, damn, I've lived an entire 27, 28 years. And I don't feel like, I do feel that it's been a very long time because certain things I'm like, damn, that was a very long time ago. I graduated high school 10 years ago. That's insane. That's insane. That means those 10 years, just like they flew by, are gonna fly by fast. And so much happened in that 10 years, but so much more could have happened that would have put me in a different place. It is what it is. It's a rather complicated topic for sure. I just don't believe that you have all the time in the world. I wanted to officially put that in words because that's my belief and that's what I stand on. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all socials at Ramon Garcia. I make videos every single day. It is August. My birthday is this month. I'm so excited. I am trying not to drop the ball. I'm trying to post as frequent as possible, so hopefully I don't fuck up. I'll see you guys later. Bye.